everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and I'm so happy that you're here today because today starts another vlog. And today we're starting vlogging Orilium Autumn Equinox vlogs. Today is July 31st and we got the advantage we could start 3 days early this month. So we started already July 29th and I started my first book yesterday actually. So I'm opening this vlog a little bit late, but I've had some trouble vlogging. For Autumn Equinox, I am attempting still, as I did in spring, I am attempting 2 callings. I'm attempting the Beastmaster and I'm attempting the Wild Form Druid. And on top of it, the Dragon Riding License. This all sums up to be 21 books. So we have a lot of books to go through. However, I am already halfway through my second book. So I started strong, I think. Well, not really. It's already day 3 and I am only 1.5 book in. But yeah, I've been traveling. Right now we are in Norway on vacation. Tomorrow we are going home. So after that, I'll have time fully to dedicate to reading because right now we are still like traveling and I just can't read as much as I normally can. So that's why I'm a little bit behind, I would say. As I said, I already read one book. I read it yesterday and it was Anti-Racist Ally by Sophie Williams. And it was for the prompt, I'm not sure the class right now, but it is the prompt of audiobook. And that is a very short book. It is about 170 pages, I think. The audiobook was 1.5 hours, so I'm not sure what is this 170 pages actually. But I had it as an audiobook. It was 1.5 hour long. I listened to it at 1.5 speed or something. So I listened to it in 1 hour. It was really quick. Anti-Racist Ally is a nonfiction book about how to be an anti-racist ally. I already read a similar book before. I read Me and White Supremacy. And I have to say between these 2 books, I definitely prefer Me and White Supremacy because that goes in depth, that gives you examples, that gives you exact situations that can happen or that have happened and how to deal in those situations and everything. This one, Anti-Racist Ally, it's very simple, it's very short, it didn't give me any information, any new information anyway, that I didn't know already. It just didn't give me absolutely anything. It was all very skimmed through. There was no data to prove anything or to showcase. There was nothing. It was really just empty, it could be basically a BuzzFeed article. That's how I felt. I mean, it was still interesting if you don't know much about being an ally and being anti-racist, even though the anti-racist was not exactly explained, and how it can be used in these days because there is a whole different section of anti-racism happening in the world that I think is very different from actually non-racist people. But that's a whole different situation. So that was not addressed at all. So it was interesting book, but for me, like, I didn't learn anything new because I already read similar and better books before. So that I gave 3 stars. If you want to read it, absolutely go for it. It was not a bad book by any means, but it really just, it's like 1.5 hour long. It's not gonna take you a long time. So definitely go for it, but it's not gonna change your life, I think. So that was the first one. So I completed that. And the second book I started reading, I'm about halfway through, is How to Almost Ruin Your Summer. I'm not sure the author, but this is for the pet pick for my Beastmaster. And this is a middle grade book and it is the unofficial group book for the Camp Enchanted. Yes, of course. Today started also Camp Enchanted, hosted by Denise from Chaos in the Enchanted Forest. The camp takes place from Monday till Sunday. We have sprints every day. I am a camp leader. I am leader for the nature badges. By the time you will see this video, it will be over, but we have sleepovers quite often. We've had, I think, 2 already. This is the 3rd one, when we have sprints every day and we have activities and stuff like that. We have like a group of people that we are like really like a community and I absolutely love it. So that's happening this week as well. And this book, How to Almost Ruin Your Summer, is an official group book for the camp. So I'm reading that. It is pretty short one. It's middle grade. It's like 190 pages, 180. So also pretty quick read. I started reading it last night. I'm now halfway through. And yeah, it is about a girl whose parents are going to like a cruise in Alaska for 2 weeks. And so they need to find some program for Chloe, for the girl. She is 12, 15? I'm not sure actually. They need to find a plan for her what to do during those 2 weeks that they are going to be on their cruise for their, I think, anniversary. And so they send her off to camp. And so she goes to a camp. It's called career camp. So there are different things they can do, and she has a plan, and everything goes wrong. So it is cute, a little frustrating read. I'm enjoying it, but there are some things that I'm just like, but no, why would you do this? But I mean, it's middle grade. It's just kids being kids. And so far it's fun. So that's what I'm reading right now. I will try to finish it today to get like a really, really good progress. So that's that for now, and I'll talk to you later. Reindeer on the road, and they're coming to the road. I lost count, but I picked him almost. Where was your baby?
They're
And this
coming
was
this
just
way.
coming at us. Why not? There is 2 more there, 3 more. There's a white one. Oh.
There's one more on the left.
This is the reindeer paradise. Hello, it is now Wednesday evening. It is August 2nd and it's 9 p.m. And we came home after 2 days of journey. So I didn't talk to you yesterday because we traveled basically all day. We left Lofoten at 10 to catch the ferry at 10:45. And the ferry took like 3 hours, and then we were driving until midnight until we got to Umeå, which is approximately 7 hours, but like 7 hours to drive, but also with a break and everything. So yesterday was very busy, and then today was pretty much the same. So we started off at 9 a.m. and got home at 5:30. So it was a very long journey, but we are home. Vacation is over. Well, we still have a vacation tomorrow and Friday, but at home. And then back to work on Monday. So not excited about that after 4 weeks of vacation, but that's okay. While we were on the boat, I finished 1 book and read 2 more. So I'm going to tell you about those now. So first of all, I read How to Almost Ruin Your Summer. And this is Now I Know by Taryn Souders, and it was pet pick, so it was for the prompt Ordinary in Animal Studies for Beastmaster. And yeah, I finished it, and I think I gave it 3 stars. I will not rate it on Goodreads because I am not rating non-adult books on Goodreads anymore. I decided because I just thought that my ratings were dragging the books down while I'm not the target audience, and I just feel like it's not fair. And I just generally enjoy those less. So I'm not going to give it the rating on Goodreads, but I think it was like a 3-star. It was a lot of fun. It was very predictable. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. The main character was making horrible choices all the time. The character growth was there, but it was really just, to make it fun. But it is a book for children. So I'm sure it works for children. I'm sure children would identify with that a lot, and like adventures and everything. So it was fun. So that's done. And then on the boat, I read Rebel Girls Level Up by Rebel Girls. It is ARC. Rebel Girls basically send me every book that they release. They send me to review. So this was another one from them. And this one I read for the prompt Animal Studies for Distinguished Bicorn Wolf Care. And the prompt was read this book in 2 days. Started in the morning and then I finished it on the boat, on the ferry. It was really quick read. It is, as usual, children book about 25 women who did something significant in the gaming industry. So whether they created some games, or they are streamers, or they run companies, or whatever you have it, it is about those women. And this one I will rate, because that's why I was sent this book. So this one I will give 4 stars. Usually I give these books 5 stars, because they are usually very diverse and very wide range of people are involved. But in this one, this was all about gaming, so it felt like all the stories were the same, and everything was about the same thing, just about women not being gamers, or how society thinks that women are not supposed to be gamers, and how these women broke through it. So it was the same thing over and over and over. While it was interesting and it's amazing what these women have accomplished, it was the same thing over and over. So I give that one 4 stars, because it was still very interesting, but I've read better from Rebel Girls. So that's that one. That one is also for Beastmaster. And then the other book that I read on the ferry was My Culture, My Gender, Me by Cassandra Jules Corrigan. And this one was for qualified in restoration, so relocating pain. Read a book in a different spot each time you pick it up. And this one is very short book. It's 48 pages, so I chose it for this. This is also ARC I got on NetGalley some time ago, so I decided it would be a good time as any to read it now, since it's so short. And then, I don't have to figure out that many different places to sit on. So I decided to read that one. And I read it on the ferry, and I read it in like 10 minutes, because those 48 pages, half of it are illustrations, and the other half, where there is some text, there is maybe 3 sentences of each page. So it's very much for children, about different people from different cultures. It's basically focused mostly on non-binary people and how they are called in different cultures, which on its own is very interesting concept. I just didn't like the way it was done, and the author note trying to explain it completely ruined it, because this is not a non-fiction book. I thought we had a couple people who are from these cultures and are these genders, and they explain about themselves and how they feel and everything. While in the author's note, we learned that the person who made this book is white American, which I personally wouldn't have issue with if the entire book didn't consist of only indigenous people. If it included everyone, including white people, I will be fine with it. Like, sure, whatever. If you interviewed these people, then yeah, write about them. But it was a white person and only indigenous people. And they were not real. It was only inspired by real people. Turns out, like, maybe I got something wrong, it says in author's note. So it felt really cheap, and it just didn't feel right. Like, this book was not done right at all. It's a missed opportunity, and I did not like this book at all, and I do not recommend. I'm sure there are much better books about this topic for children than this book. So this one I gave actually 1 star. I don't think it's worth 10 minutes, sure, but like, it's not gonna give you anything, or it didn't give me anything whatsoever. Just that what I already knew, that there are in different cultures, there are different genders other than women and men, but I already knew that. So that's it. Anyway, that was pretty brutal. I didn't mean it that way, but it was not a good book in my opinion. So that was also for Beastmaster. 3 books done for Beastmaster. Really happy about it. And then I started reading another pet pig book. So this one is Ordinary in Animal Studies for Wild from Druid. And the pet pig, and this was The Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers. It's the 3rd book in the Wayfarers series, the 1st book being Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. And at this point I am on page 31, and so far it's amazing. So far it's shaping up to be very close to the 1st book, better than the 2nd one so far. So we'll see how that goes. 31 pages is still very little, but I have very high hopes for this one. If you come with me, we are going to find the bookmarks, and we are going to replace it with the correct bookmarks, because I have the classes bookmarks. So as of right now, in the Record of a Spaceborne Few, I have this beautiful G Patreon bookmark. So we are going to replace it with the classes bookmarks. Where are those? Here. Yes. Okay, let's see. Elemental studies, lore, animal studies. Is it for animal? It is for animal studies. There we go. And now it's correct. Perfect. Yeah, the other books picking in the video are 3 books I received today. It's still for my birthday. It's late birthday present from my boyfriend because it arrived a bit later. So he picked it up today when we got home, and and I'm so happy. I don't know why, but like I got The Redleys by Matt Haig. I got The Possession of Mr. Cave by Matt Haig. And I got The Comfort Book by Matt Haig. And I'm so happy, I wanna cry. Matt Haig is one of my favorite authors, like absolute favorite. I love everything he does. It doesn't necessarily need to be 5-star, but it's just always such comfort to read his books. I have chills just talking about it now. Okay, but why this is important is because I have a prompt with book with vampires, and I couldn't figure out the book with vampires that I own that I wanted to read, so I put Eclipse on the list, and it could fit 2 books, but now we have the Redleys, and the Redleys are vampires. So I think we are switching out Eclipse for the Redleys. And I'm gonna read Matt Haig book this month, and it's just the peak. Reading Matt Haig during Orilium is a peak for me, okay? My life is simple, all right? So that's that. But let's now see what are the other books, because you can see this is my TBR stack. I'm going to remove these 2 books because that looks like that's my TBR. It's not. I'm gonna remove those 2 for now. And I'm going to build my TBR. So we have here Aragon. Yes, that is going to in fact happen. It's going to be for the prompt debut book, because for that prompt I wanted to count In Every Mirror She's Black, but that author already published some nonfiction before, so that doesn't count as debut according to these readathon rules. But this is a debut, and it is 700 pages, so I can count it for 2 prompts thanks to the guild reward I got when I collected all the points. So definitely reading Aragon. And I didn't plan to read The Adventures of Amina al-Sirafi, and unfortunately I didn't get to this one in July, and it didn't fit into the TBR for August. However, now that I put the Redleys, this is not 500 pages, so I will not count it for 2, so I do miss 1 book for 1 prompt, and I'm just thinking I do need to return this to the library very soon, so I'm just thinking this is gonna be, just for now, staying there. So there we go. That's what we have there. After that, we've got Lumberjanes for first in the series. And this is also the main group book for the camp Enchanted. So that goes on the TBR. And then we have, yes, here, Silent Patient. There is a chair. This is the book for chair on the cover prompt. So definitely Silent Patient goes on there. Next, also The Uninhabitable Truth by David Wallace Wells goes on there. This is for the prompt Earth in the title. And then One Dark Window by Rachel Gillick goes on there for debut book, I think, as well. I have 2 debut book prompts. And this is all physical. Well, this on top as well, but that I'm reading right now. The physical books that I have right now, there are a couple more from the library, but those are graphic novels, and then a couple more that I have on audiobook only. But now we have built my physical TBR. I can be taking from these books, and I have to tell you, I couldn't be more excited. This looks like a killer TBR. I haven't been excited about reading in so long, but now I wanna cry. I'm so excited. Anyway, that is the update. Oh yeah, and I'm listening also to Dr. Wangari, not sure the last name, Builds a Forest. Grows a Forest? Builds a Forest. And it is another book by Rebel Girls that I will send art from them. And that one is for the prompt, can't touch the floor or ground while reading it. So while I read it, I actually listened to it on audiobook because I did miss the deadline of that one on NetGalley. So I now found it in this free on Audible. If you're a member, I don't have to spend credit on it. So I'm listening to it on audiobook on Audible. Really good audiobook, by the way. But yeah, I'm listening to that while I was doing paint by numbers and then diamond painting. So I'm listening to that a bit as well. Anyway, it is now time to go to shower because I'm a bit messy over here and it will be amazing to start the day tomorrow fresh. And it's time to go some Camp Enchanted activities. I will talk to you about those tomorrow. So I'll talk to you then. It is now, what is it, Thursday evening. It is 8:30 p.m. Cleo is sprinting, so she's there in the background doing her puzzle. While we are sprinting, we are doing some almond butter. First time trying almond butter. We tried before homemade Nutella. I didn't like that one. I think we didn't do it right, but I still didn't like the taste all that much. But now we are trying almond butter, so we're just roasting almonds and then just blending them until they are creamy, and that's it. I finished the book yesterday. Well, I'm holding here Record of a Spaceborne Few, and I'm now on page like 60 or something, so a little progress. Still so good. I'm still really enjoying this. We have lots of characters, so I need to always keep going back to the previous chapters to see which character it is, to like remind myself, because I'm not that familiar with the characters just yet, but it's great. And yeah, yesterday I finished a book. I was listening to Dr. Wangari Maathai Plants a Forest. It's a non-fiction book by Rebel Girls for children about Wangari Maathai. I think she won Nobel Peace Prize for her efforts of building the green belt in Africa. So basically thousands and thousands of women were building or planting trees and building a forest in Kenya and in Africa that was previously cut down by the government that just was, selling property to gain money, but cut down the trees, and it had horrible consequences on the environment. So they started planting trees instead. It was very fascinating story. I really enjoyed it. I never heard of Wangari Maathai before, so that was really cool to learn about it because that's a cause I really care about. And yeah, that was really great. So I gave that 4 stars. And that was for, I think it's animal studies. The prompt was don't touch the ground. So I was listening to it on audiobook while doing diamond painting. Wait, I can show you the diamond painting. It's a mess in here, so don't worry about that. But diamond painting. So I was doing this yesterday while listening to the audiobook, and I didn't touch the ground. My feet were up on the chair. Also, we went to a plant store today, the gardening store, to get some planting things for plant herbs and repot some plants that I have and try to grow a bonsai. So I'm really excited about that. We're gonna do that tomorrow and super excited. Hope it works because I love to grow things. I'm just really bad at taking care of it sometimes, but I'll do my best. This is also for the Camp Enchanted, where there are badges for wildlife and planting, like badges. So you plant stuff and you harvest stuff and you do stuff for environment. Those are the badges I am leader of. So I feel like I really want to do those. But yeah, so we're gonna be planting tomorrow. But what I wanted to do today is to read another book because I want to get all the short books off of my TBR to be like, yeah, I am completing something. So I want to read another short book that I have on my TBR that I physically currently have with me. I still don't have the other ones from library. I don't know when they'll come because I reserved them. So I need to wait until the reservation comes through. So we'll see when that happens. But today I want to get through Lumberjanes. Subtitle is Beware the Kitten Holy. I don't know. And there are many authors, I guess, like artists and writer and everything. And it's Stevenson, Ellis, Waters, and Ellen. And yeah, I've been wrong about this all along. I said it wrong in the TBR video. I said it wrong previously here. This is an unofficial group book, and How to Almost Ruin Your Summer was the official group book for the Camp Enchanted. So I was wrong about that. Either way, I'm reading both of them, so it doesn't really matter that much, but just wanted to clear that up. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'm going to be reading this. What is this for? This is first in a series, so I need to check what bookmark I need to get for this one. Let me check. Yeah, so this one is for Alchemy, for Ordinary, for my Beastmaster. The prompt is first in series, so I'm going to get my bookmarks. Okay, found it. It was in the book I read for Alchemy in the spring equinox. So I found it. So now I can go read my book for Alchemy.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
What you doing?
Eating leftovers?
Yeah.
No, I'm cleaning.
Yes, cleaning. Yeah, we finished the almond butter. So we put almost full jar of raw almonds. And this is how much we have left. Or, well, this is the product. But yeah, we'll see how it tastes tomorrow morning. I'm gonna try this tomorrow morning with breakfast and I can't wait. I've been thinking of, or I've been looking to add more protein to my breakfast because I get really hungry really fast after breakfasts. And before it used to be peanut butter that fixed that for me. I used to eat peanut butter with my breakfast, but now since Corona I hate it, so I can't eat it. So we'll try almond butter, homemade almond butter, and we'll see. How would you rate the process for the first try?
Went good. Went well. Better than expected.
Better than expected?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Maybe tomorrow morning at breakfast. Delicious. So we're done with planting. So here we have little basilica plants. Well, not plants yet, they're seeds. Hopefully they will grow. We didn't find anything better yesterday. The only herbs we found were basilica. So that's what we are attempting, and we'll see how that goes. Here I got these Irish wildflower mix when I was in Ireland back in 2018, I believe. So now I finally planted them. So, or what is it, sowed. So we'll see if they still are active, if they will work. We'll see. Here we have one bonsai that we are attempting to grow, and here is another bonsai. This is going to go to fridge to, yeah, I don't know, it's supposed to go to fridge for a week, and then I don't know what happens. Then we, I think, put it in a soil and hope it grows. And then I repotted this plant because it had really little soil, and then I found out now when I was repotting it that it was also like rotten, so I hope it will survive. She looks very brave. She was almost dead before I already gave up on it, but then Henrik's parents saved her when we were on vacation, so we'll see. They're very brave, these ones, so I hope she'll survive. And that's it for the planting repotting session. One full? No, two full. Three full. Four full? More? Less? Half? How am I supposed to measure half with this. Butter. No. Salt. Salt? How much salt? Do we need a measuring device? Only a pinch. This is the small one. How do I measure a pinch? I can't hear it. Is it already? It's already going, right? Is this pinch? Not all of it, but like I have some pinch, right? And now, all of it? All of it. Here? Funny, huh? I put back. More milk? Why do I hear you from there and then you're topping me here? Where are you? Are you standing there? How rude! I'm pouring it on myself now. Why are you laughing at my... I'll step on you. Why are you laughing?
You're funny.
Feels like I'm pouring on my feet.
Can you feel anything on your feet?
No, but it's so close. Or am I standing so close? Done.
Good job.
Thank you. Can I take it up?
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so bright. Oh, that was not very well mixed.
Some words for the camera.
Hello. I eat this.
Okay.
I clean the bowl. Hello. I haven't checked in for almost 2 days because it is now Saturday, like 7:30. I am on sprint. I'm having sprint on my channel, and the next cherry bit starts in about 6 minutes. So I'm gonna really quickly update you what's been happening. Yesterday morning, I finished Lumberjanes. I don't think I did tell you I was going to start it. I finished it yesterday morning, and yeah, this is basically about a group of Girl Scouts in a camp, and they experience all kinds of magical or supernatural creatures, and leader of their cabin doesn't believe them, and she reports them to the camp leader, and all kinds of things happen. And it is a very quick read. It is interesting. It is very close to my heart because I used to be a Girl Scout, so I absolutely love this kind of setting, like a scout camp and getting badges and stuff like that. But this was a little bit too much for me, as in too much unrealistic things happening, but it was still fun, still a fun read. And so this one was for Alchemy, our first in a series for Alchemy for Beastmaster. So finished another book for Beastmaster, and I am still reading Record of a Spaceborne Few. I am now on page 150, and I'm really enjoying it. Again, this is very plotless, very much character driven. We just basically follow the everyday actions and stories of characters and how they interact with each other, where they are in the world and where they are in their life. And it's just I just love this. It's seriously cozy sci-fi, and I just absolutely love these books. So this one is going great. And what else? I started listening to Untamed on Audible, which is for qualified in shape-shifting, the random color generator. This one is by Glennon Doyle. It is a nonfiction about how she became untamed as a woman in today's society. And there I am currently, I don't know, maybe 10% through or maybe 20. And so far, it's okay. It's not too bad, but it's not that good either. So far, it's just fine. I don't have that many opinions on that just yet. What else was happening? Yesterday, we did some plant, which I told you about. I showed you the planting session. In the evening, we had a movie night, so we watched Monsters Inc. On Disney Plus. Whoop, you fell. Dennis was on the screen with me. That was a lot of fun. I never seen the movie before. It was released back in 2001, but I never seen it before. So now I watched it yesterday. It was pretty cute and was maybe a little bbit underwhelming compared to how hyped it was. But considering it was made 20 years ago, I think it was perfectly fine and I did enjoy it. Today, we just baked and also probably showed you some clips from that because it was for like a challenge where partners bake together and one of them is like blindfolded and the other one tells them what to do, but they can't use words, so they only can touch the person and they can't touch any tools or anything. So we did that. We made muffins, so maybe I can show you some clips from that as some of you guys requested, so hopefully that's gonna be fun. At one point I laughed so much I thought I would pee myself or something. It was fun. But yeah, that's it for the update. I need to go back to the sprint. Then we'll have dinner and just, rest for the evening, read a book. And that's the plan. Finally, it's sunny today, but unfortunately I didn't have time to go out actually. So that didn't happen. But yeah, I'll talk to you later. Perfect autumn Equinox weather. What do you think? It's a bit warm though.
Oh,
But
yeah, it is.
it's raining. So. Perfect. Oi.
Recalculating.
Hello, it is time to check in now and to wrap up the vlog because it is now Monday, August 7th. It is about 10:30 p.m. I'm now editing the vlog, so I also need to film the wrap up and the outro. And so yesterday I didn't really talk to you because it was very low energy, low mood day because it was the last day of our 4-week vacation before going back to work. So it was just a little depressing, but we went for a beautiful walk in a little rain. We saw some frogs and deer, and it was just such a beautiful autumn vibes. I loved it so much. And otherwise, I read a bit more. We had the final campfire of the Camp Enchanted as well. There I earned couple badges. I earned baking badge, book dragon badge, adventure badge, inclusivity badge, and I don't know if anything else. I don't think so. Maybe one more, but I'm not sure. Plenty of badges. I didn't earn any of my own because I was planning to do a lot of it yesterday, but again, very low energy. I just wasn't in a mood for anything, so I didn't do anything. I did some things. You saw I did some things, but I didn't actually fulfill the requirements to get the badges. So that didn't happen. Anyway, I did read, so I'm still reading Record of a Spaceborne Few. I am 210 pages in currently, and which is more than half. And I'm loving it. This is definitely a character-driven book. There is not much of a plot. We are just following these different characters, going around their day and their jobs, and talking about the ship they live in. And basically just the entire book is kind of a study of humans who escaped Earth because it was no longer inhabitable, and they lived on this ship. And that's basically what this book is about. So there is not that much plot. It's just talking about the characters and about the life on the ship. And I just love it. I love it. It's written brilliantly. If it's great writing and good characters, I don't need a plot. I love it. Another book I'm listening to is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. There I am about halfway through, almost. That one, it just feels like it could have been half the size. It is a 352 page book, and it just feels like it just keeps repeating itself. And it is very interesting, and some things I definitely agree with her. It's basically about how women are being conditioned by the society to do what's best for everyone else and to not do what they feel like they want to do. And on one side, there is definitely something to it that historically in society, especially women, have been tied down to their family and to their home to, be responsible, to be mothers and wives and everything. And there is definitely something to say about that. But in today's day and age, I feel like that's changed a lot. And it's not necessarily the case anymore. And at this point in the book, it also feels a lot like the author is just encouraging you to be completely irresponsible and completely ignore what anybody else needs and what's good for anybody else. So you just should follow whatever you want, even if it's gonna hurt the people you love. And it just feels too, I don't know, it's not sitting well with me. I see what she's trying to say, but it just not working for me. Like I am all for following dreams and being happy and doing what makes you happy and change your career halfway through your life if you want to, of course. But if you are married and you have 2 children, then maybe you also have some responsibility towards them, not only, oh, I'm just not happy with my husband anymore. And like, don't get me wrong, there is of course situations, or like plenty situations, when that is a reason good enough for divorce. But just the way it's portrayed here is just because women have been oppressed for centuries and been conditioned to not believe in themselves and to be at home and take care of children, then now they can just leave and screw what's good for your children. Yeah, I don't know, there is just different layers to it that I don't want to really get into it right now, but there is just something bugging me about this book. Some things are good, some things not so much, but that's that. So how I did in the first vlog, I have read total of 6 books, and reading 2 more. All of these 6 books were very short. They were either graphic novels or for children or middle grade. So it was really quick reads. So total, I read 1,096 pages in 9 days. So that's more than 100 pages a day. Considering we were traveling a lot and also that lots of it was graphic novels, I feel so about it. Not particularly happy, not particularly unhappy. But I did create a little progress bar to visualize how I'm doing. And so to read all the books, I am about 23% through the books that I want to read, and we are 26% through the readathon. 9 days in, 26%. So I am a teeny tiny bit behind. tiny bit behind. Not too bad. I am a little bit worried, but I do have of all the rest of the books, 3 are graphic novels and 1 is manga. So those will still be pretty quick. We'll see how it goes. So far, not too bad. And when it comes to, I also now have a visualization of the TBR. So for The Wild from Druid, I have read 2 books and reading 2 others for this. And then for Beastmaster, I have read 4 books and 2 books more for that. So I'm closer to being finished with Beastmaster, even though I said I would be prioritizing Wild from Druid. It's just the books that I picked for Beastmaster were the short ones, so those I ticked off first. That's the only reason. But yeah, we'll see how it continues on from here. I'm really excited. That's it for this vlog. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was fun to follow. Let me know how you are doing so far in the Orilium readathon, if you are taking part. And I will definitely talk to you very, very soon. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!